Hello, I'm Sean Alexander, welcoming you to another episode of History Bites. Getting down and dirty was just a way of living in the 16th century. So many people were living in such an unsanitary environment that it was hard to find anywhere clean to do just about anything, including extensive surgical procedures, which also had to be done without anesthesia. Now, don't you worry, good sir. This won't hurt a bit.
There was a great lack of sanitation, and because of the great outbreak of syphilis and gonorrhea, the communal baths were stopped, which was most people's only form of sanitation. Much sickness was around, and there were plenty of physicians and doctors, but their treatment were definitely not as they are now, and not many people could afford to be treated by them. The physicians and doctors believe in a thing called humors. Humors were fluids entered into the composition of man. They are blood, phlegm, choler, or black bile. It is believed that if one humor was more dominant, the treatment would be to increase the other humors to match. Physicians were the only level of medical doctor that went to university and needed a license to practice medicine, but they were also the most expensive. The physicians that worked in the country, however, did not need a license to work, but they were considered physicians. The other levels of getting medical treatment go as follows: surgeons, barbers, apothecary, the church, and wise women. Surgeons did not have a license, and neither did barbers. Surgeons were only allowed to do minimal procedures, while barbers were allowed to pull teeth or let blood. Apothecaries dispenses the drug, and the church was the only used for support and comfort, for they were not allowed to do any medical treatments. Wise women were normally only contacted by poorer people, and she would give them herbs and potions.
I can do everything that you can do. I know about stuff. Oh, really? Can you do this? Oh God, why? Not legally.
Many people were given stones that would protect them from certain illnesses. Of course, they had to be prescribed to you by a medical doctor. Garnets would keep sorrow at bay, topaz and jacinth to alleviate anger, and emeralds and sapphires to ease the mind.
I have 3 garnets. I'm feeling really down lately, so I went to my physician. He told me to get a couple more and make it progress faster.
You're telling me? I went to see my physician, he gave me a prescription for 3 sapphires and 4 emeralds. I don't know how I'm going to afford them all, but I need them if I ever want to be able to relax.
Shut up. These things are really foul.
Definitely needs a bigger piece of topaz.
Many parents, if their child contracted any disease or illness, would leave them out in the woods to die. It was either because of money or just the fact that they didn't want to take care of that sick child.
Daddy, I thought we were going to get some candy.
No candy for you, little sicko.
Daddy, you know I can't run. Daddy!
All surgical and medical procedures were treated in unsanitary conditions, and at times making conditions worse. This changed, however, when Ambrose Pare, an army physician, found that sanitation worked much better on wounds than using herbs and boiling oil on the wounds.
Well, what seems to be the problem here?
Shut, you idiot. Why else would I be here? Think I want to be a nurse?
Well, alright then. The problem is that we've run out of that boiling oil, so I'm just gonna take that bullet out and wrap you up for the night.
What? You want me to settle for some low-quality treatment? I want another doctor.
Well, there isn't one, so you just hold your horses and I'll be done in a jiffy. There, well done.
Wow, that's a lot better, thanks. It's so easy, too. Much less discomforting than that oil.
What? No suffering, no pain? I'll never work in this town again.
There were also some people trying new treatments, such as Dr. Jean-Baptiste Denis, who tried curing mental patients by transfusing the blood of lambs into them. It seemed to help, but his practice was stopped after a patient died.
Dr. Denis, You're sure this is gonna work?
Oh, of course it will. I've done it plenty of times before. It's completely safe and everyone seems to be much better off.
Alright, let's get this over with.
Yeah. Yes, well, Finally, as time passed, a man named Jean-Baptiste came to believe that sickness was not due to an excess or unbalanced humors, but represented a reaction to an invading, irritating agent. He rejected using the restoring the humoral balance any longer, improved the uses of chemical medicines and the use of mercury. This comes to show you that sometimes history bites.